Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn of Jessica Lynn Original, and today I thought I would go back one more time into the 3-room studio yay stamp set. I really love this set, and what I think is fun, like when you purchase stamp sets, is to try and figure out how many different cards you can come up with. You know, I feel like if you can mix and match and make multiple sets, that's really what makes a stamp set amazing. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go in one more time, come up with 3 more ideas on how I could use her, and I can't wait to share them with you. I think they are so much fun, and I honestly can think of about another 5 or 10 just sitting here putting this video together that I would love to do too. So I'm not going to only make this stamp set because I don't want you to think that I don't have any others. But one of the things I thought would be fun, and this is why I love, my husband says, Jessica, how many more stamp sets do you need? You own a stamp company? And I usually just respond with all of them. I love being able to mix and match stamp companies. It's one of the things that I really like. So when I buy stamps, I really watch for consistency in line thickness so that I can mix and match and that they all sort of feel cohesive and that they could all sort of live in that same world. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do 3 more cards today, and this video is going to have us assembling all 3, but we're going to do it in a different style than maybe you've seen me before. I decided I was going to put them all on the sheet, color them all in, cut them with the Brother Scan-A-Cut, and then assemble. Now the first one I did, obviously I am a Disney fan, love Disney, so I did Rapunzel last time. This time I decided to do Snow White, and again, what I think is cute is that the clothes she's wearing kind of lead itself to being able to dress up as a character without wearing a costume, so I thought that was kind of fun. The first one I'm going to color here on the left, the red one, we're going to make her like a Mrs. Claus, so that'll be really fun. Snow White there second, and then kind of up on the top I wanted to make sort of a icy, not quite Elsa, but sort of an icy princess who, well, you're going to see what I'm going to do to her hair. It's going to be really fun, so. Alright, let's go ahead and color these in, and you can see I'm just going ahead and adding a little bit more hair here or there, maybe adding an accessory as needed, and using my Copic markers, which are one of my favorite tools, although I'll tell you, if you can't afford Copics, it's okay. I have some Cali art markers that I got. I think they were like 30 bucks on Amazon. They do a pretty darn good job, so you might want to consider that as your starter marker and then start investing in the others in the future. And in case you didn't catch it before, there are quite a few different stamp companies that I am mixing and matching together today. So the first one is the 3-room studio. The second one is going to be Gerder Steiner Designs. We have also got Uniquely Creative Penguins. And we're going to be using some Jessica Lynn Original as well. Those little birds that you see that I colored all different rainbow colors, those are from my company, as well as some sentiments that we're going to use. So again, I love being able to mix and match different companies because, for example, I do a lot of critters, and so I love being able to have the idea or the ability to be able to mix some of these characters together and just sort of create a little bit more of a story. Now, a lot of people have asked me about the Brothers Scan and Cut versus die cuts. I think they're both amazing. It really just depends on your comfort level. I like the Brothers Scan and Cut because, let me show you what it's going to do. I'm going to scan it in, and basically what it does, it scans it just like as if you were scanning paperwork for, you know, office work or anything like that. It'll go through, read the design, and then you can see there they all are. And what I love is it shows them all colored. I'm just going to say, okay, here's the size of the page. So I'm going to crop it down to that. And then I'm going to hit OK. The Brothers Scan and Cut is going to come back and say, okay, let me find the outlines to all the images. Pretty darn good. From here, I can decide to add, by clicking the little circle, any kind of border I want. So if I want 0.04, if I want a big, huge, you know, like ½ an inch or something, I could do that too. And it'll calculate it out based on the most exterior line of the design. From here, I'm going to go ahead and just cut it. So as far as the difference between die cuts or the other, I mean, the big difference, truthfully, is that Brothers Scan and Cut costs a bit more, but I use it all the time. So I mean, it really just depends on the amount of usage you're going to give it. Another thing that's kind of bad about Brothers Scan and Cut is their mats. I love them, but the mats lose their stickiness so fast. So I end up using tape or other things to kind of hold it on because I want to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. But again, I can stamp a whole page, and I can even stamp it thicker than this. I just didn't know how much design work I was going to do around stuff, but I could have literally filled every white space on that page, and it would have just cut them all out. So I suppose if you're doing assembly line production card making, the Brothers Scan and Cut could be great because you could do an entire 12 by 12 sheet. And actually they do have an extender mat, so you could do 12 by 24 if you wanted to. So if you had a lot of wedding invitations or something like that, it could work really well. Again, I don't own the Brothers Scan and Cut. I'm not the company. I just am sharing different tools. And again, if you're just starting out, not the tool to buy right away. Get some stamps, start cutting with a pair of scissors to start, totally fine. Down the road, as soon as you start to love it, so in other words, after like 2 weeks, then go ahead and add it to your Christmas list so you can get it for the next year. Or die cuts, whichever. So I'm going to go ahead and put these all out. And look how cute. They almost look like little stickers. So cute. And from here, we're going to go ahead and start building our scenes. Now, to me, paper is just as important as the stamps and the sentiments that I choose. And if you've watched my channel for any length of time, 2 minutes, you know, hours, days, whatever, you know that I am kind of a paper hoarder. Every time I go to the store, I'm like, oh, I need that set. My husband's like, for what? And I'm like, I don't know yet, but I will know one day. So this stamp set I bought it, or this paper set I bought at Michael's probably, I'm going to say like 5 years ago. And sometimes I'll wait till after Christmas to get it super discounted. Now it's meant for scrapbooks. So I was kind of like, it's got all these big like scenes. And I'm like, how will I ever get those to work? So I was like, I'm not sure. And I found this one and I thought, you know what? I think that little, and you can see this really pretty silver. And I wanted that kind of right across the top, and I want the center tree centered. So I thought, okay, you know what? We'll take a try. We'll see what it does. And it exceeded my expectations. So just because it says it's a scrapbook set, don't be afraid to try it. especially if it's on super clearance. I mean, I think I got it for like, I think the tag on it said $2.99 for that big 12 by 12 set. So after Christmas paper, good deal. I'm just going to go ahead and just cut it quick, and let's take a look and see. I was a little worried. I didn't think it was going to work nearly as well as it did, but watch this when we flip this. I was like, oh my gosh, look at that perfect little 1/4 of an inch with the little silver. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited to put this card together. Alright, this card is going to be Mrs. Claus, and you can see I've got some Christmas trees behind her, and maybe these are baby trees. You know, it doesn't mean that she's that super tall. But I really like this, and I'm using alongside of it, these are the Gerda Steiner designed, it's called Reindeer at a Tree. And at first, I was going to have the little reindeer kind of pawing at her, and then I thought, no, he needs to be flying, like, yay! And so I just thought it looked so cute, like she's so proud of these little baby reindeer who are learning how to fly for the first time. And for this sentiment, I'm going to go back to Jessica Lynn Original, the Operation Snowball stamp set, and that's the one with the really cute little Brentwood owl dressed as a reindeer. And the sentiment, I think it is one of my favorite sentiments, and it just is going to say, believe in the magic. You know, especially with the reindeer, I thought, you know, what a great way to send some encouragement, you know, like, that little reindeer, you know what, believe in the magic and you can fly, or something, I don't know. I just thought that was so adorable. Watch. Oh, I'm so happy with this. It's one of the things that I love about card making. It's about building a story, evoking an image or a thought, and then being able to put that down on paper. And here comes that sentiment. Boom. Right there. Believe in the magic. I'm so happy with this card. I think she looks cute. Originally, I was going to put like a little Santa hat on her head, and I was going to put some ivy and some green stuff, and I thought, it's already going to have enough when I put the reindeer and everything else on there. Oh, you know what? Didn't do this while I was making the card. I'm thinking about it while I'm doing my voiceover. I think I need to go back to Rudolph down there at the bottom. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add some glitter pen just to make his nose sparkle. Bummer, missed that during card making. So again, adding some shadows. So that is card number 1 down. 2 more to go. The second card we're going to make is going to be using that same scrapbook pack that I used before. And this one's going to be the really cool blue-haired girl. Just a reminder, don't forget to sign the back sides of your card. Double check if you decide that you're going to sell any of your cards, any of the angel policies that the stamp companies have, just to make sure that you're not violating those, because their images are copyrighted. And if you are selling them, you may want to think about getting a custom rubber stamp for the back of your cards, just so it has a really nice, clean, consistent, handmade card by, and then stamp company or yourself or whomever, however you have it listed. Just know that JessicaLynnOriginal.com, we do make those kind of stamps. And again, I'm the owner artist, so if you want something fun to go around it, just tell me. I'll be happy to draw it for you. Now, I'm going to go ahead, and this is going to be a match-up of the 3... Let me just grab this here. The 3 studio stamp set, the 3-room studio, and then the other one's going to be the adorable penguins, which are from Uniquely Creative. And I'm going to mix those together. Now, originally I thought, maybe I'll stack a bunch of penguins, and then I went, no, you know what, with the background I picked, already a little too busy, so let's just give her one little friend that she can use. Now, one thing about clear stamps or photopolymer stamps that I want to make sure, like if you're new, now you've been around the stamp block a while, you know this already. Just because a sentiment is put together one way doesn't mean that that's how you have to use it. So somebody might say, Jessica, what are you talking about? You can cut them apart. There's no right or wrong way. Know that once you cut it, you can't put them back together magically. It's not like, Humpty Dumpty kind of thing. Once you cut them apart, you're kind of stuck with what you did. So be cautious, make good judgments. But for sentiments, I do it all the time because maybe the layout of how they had it isn't necessarily how it fits in my card. So you can see here, this originally was one long sentence that said, I love chillin' with you. I made it 2 justified to the right. So look at how cool this looks. Again, if you see this in other places, it might just be one long string, but you can adjust it. And that's one of the things that I love. And using a clear block, I can see where I'm stamping it. So definitely the reason that many, many years ago I got interested in the clear stamps, just because with wood blocks, I wasn't able to see where I was stamping. We are in the home stretch. I decided right at the end she needed just a little bit of sparkle, so I just sort of took a silver pen, added a little sparkle to her outfit. It looks so cute because I really wanted it to feel like it gradated from like this blue into white for both her shirt and pants set, which I think it does pretty well. Now on her hair, I just wanted her to sparkle and feel a little icy. And so I did put some blue glitter pen in her hair. And so cute. Now from here, I'm going to draw some little hearts because I just think that little penguin looks like he just adores her. And there we go, little outline it. So cute. Again, I always feel like if you can take a stamp set and say, ooh, I can think of 5 or 6 cards immediately, that's a great stamp set. I really love how much these different stamp companies have really put into designing these stamp sets. I know for me, I always try to think myself, what are at least 5 stamp sets I could make? And then I'll be really honest, I never see anyone make those 5. I see like hundreds of other designs, that people make, but never the 5 I picked. So I always feel like that's a great thing. And again, don't be afraid to mix and match companies. Just because you're not using all Jessica Lynn Original doesn't mean that that's wrong, or that you're not using all that, For me, I think it's so much fun, and I'll be really honest, all the stamp companies, we know each other. I get a kick personally out of seeing Brentwood hanging out with somebody else's character, or, some of my adorable little birds hanging out with Snow White, right? It's too much fun to see that stuff. Now that, I just wanted something a little different in the background. Everything else I've been making has been Christmas cards, and I thought, you know what? We're just going to go in, make Snow White, and we're going to make her a birthday card just because I wanted something just a little different. And I'm just going to add some shadows to her really quick before we put her onto the card. And I think what we're going to do is put her on the left. And then I'm going to go back to a sentiment set from the actual Yay stamp set, which is the one that the girl who's kind of got her hands up And that one, again, that's the 3-room studio. We're going to go back to her set, and she actually has a hooray. And then I'm going to stamp, hooray, it's your birthday. So I think that will be a perfect way to put those together. Ah, you know what I should have done? I should have made little hats like the dwarfs, like the 7 dwarf hats, and I could have put like 7 bird. Well, you know what? Hindsight is 20/20, but still a cute card. And the thing that I love the most is that I used one base stamp set and said, okay, how many different companies can I pull in to try and make different versions of these cards? And I am beyond pleased with how these turned out. I think they're so cute. This one with Mrs. Claus and the reindeer, honestly, I think one of my favorite ones, although I think I say that every time that I make a card. But again, I hope that you enjoyed this series. I plan on doing more of this because I'm really loving kind of playing around with mixing and matching different companies' stamp sets. My name is Jessica Lynn. I am the owner and artist for JessicaLynnOriginal.com. Thank you so much for watching this video here on our YouTube channel. I do ask that if you would like, please go ahead and subscribe down below if you haven't already. We just hit 2,000 subscribers, so I want to do something really fun to kind of showcase and celebrate that. And then also don't forget to ring that bell, and I'd love to hear from you. Is there another character or princess you'd like me to turn this stamp set into? Everybody, Merry Christmas and have a great day. Take care.